The Oscars are this Sunday, and for the first time in over 20 years, it will not have a host.
But the show must go on. See It Live starts now. Tonight, Hollywood is getting ready for the Oscars. Good evening, everyone. I'm Arlissa Norman.
And I'm Susie Plascencia. Anwar Stetson is live in Hollywood as crews continue setting up for the big night.
Thanks, guys. I'm out here outside of Hard Rock Cafe. This is the Dolby Theater behind me where they're setting up the stage for Sunday night's event. We're actually right along the Walk of Fame. I got to take a picture with the Dodgers Walk of Star on the Walk of Fame. There's Christina Aguilera's right behind me there. If we were to look inside over there at the Dolby Theater, they're setting up the red carpet right now. The stairs go up. The Dolby Theater was actually created in 2002 as the Kodak Theater. This is the 18th time it's going to host the event, and it was built just for this event. It's very exciting stuff. There's a lot of tourists around. There's a lot of people building up the setup here. But let's turn to the important thing, the movies. So let's go to Best Picture. The Best Picture nominees this year are Black Panther, Black Klansman, A Star is Born, Green Book, Bohemian Rhapsody, my favorite, Roma, and Vice. And there's a lot of actors there from those movies that are going to be up for Best Actor. Like, of course, we have Bradley Cooper, for example. He's up for Best Actor in A Star is Born. Christian Bale is up for Vice. We have Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody, amongst others. So let's go to the actresses as well. Lady Gaga joins her co-star, Bradley Cooper, for A Star is Born. We have newcomer Yalitza Aparicio for Roma, Glenn Close for The Wife. And let's also take a look at some of the directors that are going to be here this year. It's actually very interesting because the Oscars were considering a most popular film category, but the films this year that these directors have directed, they're actually the highest box office nominee group in 10 years. So I don't think they had to create an entire new category. These films speak for themselves in terms of popularity. We have Alfonso Cuarón, he directed Roma. We have Paolo Palikowski, he directed The Favorite, and we also have he directed The Cold War. We have Yorgos Lanthimos, he directed A Favorite. And we also have Adam McKay from here in America, he directed, we have Spike Lee, he directed Black Klansman, and we also have Adam McKay there at the end. Speaking of Roma and The Favorite, though, they lead the nominations with 10 each. So it's going to be a very exciting Oscars this year. There's still a lot of work to be done, and a lot of people behind me that are excited and want to see all the commotion. The Oscars are Sunday night at 5 p.m. on ABC. That's if you want to check it out. Arlissa and Susie, let's send it back to you guys.
You can feel the buzz in the air along the Hollywood Walk of Fame outside Dolby Theater, where the Oscars will take place. That's where reporter Charlotte Kim spent the day and heard about the excitement and the concerns surrounding the show.
With the big show only a few days away, visitors are coming to Hollywood Boulevard to try to get a glimpse of the red carpet.
We're having a blast! We're here in Los Angeles, baby! Woo! And we have, people from Korea, we got people from Russia, look at these people here, beautiful people here. Awesome.
Many foreign visitors expressed their excitement about the Oscars airing this Sunday. One Japanese tourist even talked about how inspired he is by American film stars to continue acting in his home country.
Oh yeah, so very wonderful Academy show. Very enjoy. Johnny Depp, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, so Jim Carrey, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan.
Preparations for the Oscars are underway. I talked to a few people today, and residents expressed their frustrations and concerns about streets closing.
It's annoying as hell. Yeah, it's ruining my schedule with my friends. We were gonna go to the car and get out of here.
Some business owners believe that the scene is more chaotic this year because preparation started late and added security brings gridlock.
They start usually around the end of January, but this time they started late. They started the second week of February, and now they're rushing to get everything up where usually it would be pretty much almost done by now. There's a lot of security everywhere.
Most businesses will be shut down on Sunday for safety reasons, but visitors will be here to see a star sighting. For Annenberg Media, I'm Charlotte Kim.
The USC School of Cinematic Arts consistently ranks as one of the top film schools in the country, so it's no surprise that Trojans are among this year's Oscar nominees. The film Period End of Sentence, directed, produced, and edited by USC alums, is up for an Oscar in the short documentary film category. This powerful story captures the struggles many women in India face due to the stigma surrounding menstruation. USC Annenberg's Natalie Ruxton sat down with film director Raika Zatabchi, editor Sam Davis, and producer and current graduate student Helen Yenser to learn more about the film.
It was really incredible to see how closed off and ashamed these women were when we would just talk to them about menstruation and ask them about it. Some of these women had menstruated their entire lives and they felt like they had an illness or there was something wrong with them. So when we went back to shoot the second time, it was 6 months after the machine had been installed, and we saw an incredible amount of progress. The women had made close to 18,000 pads. Women were sort of running around the village with pads in their hands, bringing men into the machine room, and they felt truly empowered.
No one ever expected to be going to the Oscars, but we always say that the coolest thing about, as cool as that is, the coolest thing about this is to know that halfway around the world there's a group of women who are combating this issue, and fortunately we're getting a platform to put this issue on a global scale. So.
The film was also awarded Best Documentary Film at the Cleveland International Film Festival and won the American Film Institute's 2018 Grand Jury Award. If you'd like to view the film, Period End Sentence, it's now streaming on Netflix.
3 years after hashtag #OscarsSoWhite went viral on social media, it appears Hollywood is making attempts to diversify talent both on screen and behind the camera. Included among the nominees for Best Picture is Black Panther. Featuring a predominantly black cast, it was the second highest grossing movie of 2018. Black Klansman earned industry veteran Spike Lee a first ever nomination for Best Director. The film is also nominated for Best Picture and Best Adapted Screenplay. Mahershala Ali is up for Best Supporting Actor for his role in Green Book. And Yalitza Aparicio, star of Netflix original Roma, has a chance to make history as the first indigenous Mexican actress to win the award. According to a 2018 study from the Annenberg Inclusion Initiative, there was an uptick in the number of women and people of color to be cast as leads or co-leads last year. Of the 100 top films, 28 featured a person of color as the lead or co-lead. Women landed leading or supporting roles in 40 films. 11 of them were women of color. Have you ever wondered who votes for the Oscars? It's the Academy, it's the Academy Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences. Members of the global organization decide which films take home the award. More than 8,000 members belong to the Academy. The Oscars voting body has 17 different branches for actors, directors, and costume designers, among others. While most categories are nominated by their corresponding branches, all members can vote for Best Picture. Since 2015, the Oscars voting body has invited 928 new members from 58 different countries. 49% of members are 49% of new members are female. Overall membership for people of color has increased from 8 to 16%. Oscar voters now include celebrities like Tiffany Haddish, Mindy Kaling, and Kendrick Lamar.
Oscar viewership has been declining since 2014, and last year's award show hits its lowest ever. 26.5 million people watched last year, which is down from close to 33 million in 2017. Some have speculated that the ratings are down because of unpopular hosts, the lengths of the show, and even the politics of some nominees. We asked students if they think the Oscars is still an award show that they want to watch.
I am a little disappointed at the options this year for Best Picture because I just don't feel like there's one that really stands out, but I'll still watch it no matter what.
I do think that it's like a showing of a lot of very exceptional work from the year, but I don't think it's all encompassing enough to really be considered a global standard.
I feel like, why would I spend hours of one night watching them when I could just read the results the next day in like 3 minutes tops?
Award shows in general can be very important because otherwise the only metric you have as a studio for deciding whether or not to make a film is how much money it's going to make.
There has been some controversy surrounding this year's Academy Awards. Almost every major announcement from the Academy has been followed by significant backlash. One of the major controversies was when Kevin Hart stepped down as host in December after homophobic tweets from years ago resurfaced.
The same energy that went into finding those old tweets could be the same energy put into finding the response to the questions that have been asked years after years after years. We feed in the internet trolls and we reward them. I'm not going to do it, man.
Hart's controversy was just the beginning of the Academy's problems. Last year, the Academy announced a new popular film category, but it was later postponed due to backlash from Hollywood. Earlier this month, Academy President John Bailey told members that 4 categories would be shown during commercial breaks. This announcement also upset members and filmmakers, and the Academy reversed that decision as well. Multiple changes to the program and subsequent reversals have members and viewers wondering what the future looks like for the Academy and its award shows.
The Oscar-nominated movies are not the only things to be celebrated this Sunday. People going to after parties can also look forward to delicious dinner. World-renowned celebrity chef Wolfgang Puck has been in charge of the food at the Governor's Ball, the official Oscars after-party, for the past 25 years. Earlier this week, he gave a preview of some of the 61 dishes he created for the event. Party guests will enjoy lavish dishes, including sea urchin and quail on a relevant,
which were amazing with all the old stars and the new stars. We had, for example, Jimmy Stewart, Cary Grant, Elizabeth Taylor, Gene Kelly, you name them, plus the young stars at that time like Madonna and Michael Jackson and Johnny Depp. They were all like kids at that time.
Annenberg Media's Melody Weinthal had the opportunity to talk to Chef Wolfgang Puck about the special dishes he's preparing for the Governor's Ball.
Their biggest things is their salmon, caviar, Oscar-shaped crackers. It's a cracker shaped like an Oscar with salmon and caviar. Another of their big dishes is their truffles chicken pot pie. As far as drinks, one of the biggest ones is the Rosella cocktail, which is a Don Julio tequila with some spritz and a hibiscus flower and some citrus. It's really fancy. It looks beautiful.
There's a lot to look forward to this Sunday, and the food is just one of the highlights. Even though some may go home empty-handed, no one will go home on an empty stomach. ABC's Olivia Smith has been covering the Oscars for several years. She's also an adjunct faculty here at Annenberg. She's looking forward to being part of the red carpet excitement again this Sunday.
The coolest experience I've had covering the Oscars is being on the red carpet and seeing everyone ahead of the award show. There's so much excitement, so much thrill, and people just can't wait to get inside and get to it. I've been fortunate enough to interview many people throughout my career, including celebrities like Emily Blunt, David Schwimmer, Rebel Wilson. But what I really enjoy is working with people behind the scenes as well. This year I met the head makeup artist at the Oscars, and he did my makeup and got me ready as if I were going to an award show.
Thanks for watching See It Live. From everyone here at Annenberg Media, I'm Susie Plascencia.
And I'm Arlissa Norman. You can watch us on the web at uscannenbergmedia.com.
Oscars weekend, you gonna be watching?
You know, I might tune into this one. It looks interesting.
Yeah, you know, Oscar parties are the best.
Yeah.
Oscar parties.